this thing crashing through the trees, and it got closer and closer and closer, and then all of a sudden everything just went quiet, like I was being watched.
You ever had those moments of regret where, looking back on it later, you think to yourself, man, why didn't I get out of the tent? Why didn't I get out of my truck in the middle of the night and see what that noise was? That's where I'm at right now. So this weekend, I was out on a camping and investigation, and on Friday night, I got back to the campsite after going out and kind of trolling around a few spots out there. Get back to the campsite, and I set my audio recorder up on the roof of my truck and just let it record. And then I sat out there around the fire for a couple, 2-3 more hours. And as I was sitting there, something kind of moved in close to me, and just beyond the palmettos behind my campsite, it was moving around. I don't know what it was. I thought maybe a deer or a hog or something like that. But it was kind of odd behavior. It was almost like it was playing with me. So I really don't know what it was. Like it would move around, and it stayed in this one little area for like 2 hours. It would move around, and I'd let it move a while. Then I'd take my light, shine my light on it, stop. It'd move around. I'd walk towards it. It would stop. It'd move around. I'd walk, kind of pacing side to side, and whenever I would stop, it would stop. And then, like I said, we did that for about 2 hours. I even went live on TikTok for about 45 minutes or so while this was going on. And after about 2 hours or so, it kind of just stopped. It moved off a little bit, but I didn't really hear it move far. I don't really know how to explain it. But anyway, it was just behaving a little odd. So I don't know. I have no idea what that was. I'm not saying it was anything special. But around 4 o'clock, I get in my truck. I was sleeping in my truck. Get in my truck around 4 o'clock, lay the driver's seat all the way back, and I'm laying there looking at my phone, planning out where I'm going to go the next day and whatnot. Planning out, looking at some spots to go check out. I was laying in my truck for probably, like I said, I got in about 4 o'clock. And then all of a sudden, something hits the back window right behind my head. And I made a note of what time it was. It was 4:11 Saturday morning. And, well, listen to the audio and tell me what you think. Yeah, so you hear it there 2 times. Now, to me, what it sounded like was something hit the back glass and then bounced down and landed in the bed of the truck. And this is where I wish I would have just got out of the truck and investigated what was going on. But in the moment, I just didn't want to deal with it. I was tired. I'd been up for a very long, like 30 something hours. And I was thinking, if there's something out there, I don't want to deal with that right now. So I just laid there, and eventually I kind of listened to see if I heard anything else moving around out there. And then I eventually just dozed off close to probably 5 o'clock, went to sleep. The next day I got up, grabbed the audio recorder. I got almost 9 hours of audio that I got to go through. But I went through and found the spot where that happened. And I looked in the bed of the truck to see if there was anything back there. There was nothing except for my gear and, everything that I had back there. There was nothing back there that looked like it had been thrown or whatever and then dropped in there. I looked all around the perimeter of the truck for anything. The ground is littered with lots of little small pieces of branch and things like that. But I really couldn't make any definitive identification of anything around the area that could have been what hit my truck. And again, I'm confident. I know for a fact it wasn't something falling down on the roof of the truck. It wasn't something falling into the bed of the truck or the hood of the truck. It hit the back window directly behind my head. I don't know what it was, guys. I really don't. The fact that I couldn't find anything, y'all tell me what you think about the audio. But again, like I said, it sounded like it hit the window and then fell and bounced into the bed. There's nothing there. So I really don't know. I'm going to go through the audio, and I've kind of skimmed through it, but I'm going to go through and try to see if I can maybe find a piece of audio of something maybe moving in and rummaging around the back of the truck. Maybe whatever it threw, it took it. Maybe it wasn't something thrown at all. Maybe something came up and I don't know. To me, it seems like something was thrown. I just don't. There's no way something could have fell out of the tree and hit the back of the glass like it did. So anyway, I'm going to be going through the rest of the audio, trying to see what I can come up with. I will say this, in skimming through the audio that I do have, there's a couple of things in there that's really, really strange. And it's nothing that I ever expected to catch on audio. I have no idea what it was. No framework whatsoever for what it might be. So I got to do some more listening to that and digging into that to see what it might be. It's strange. We'll just say that. So anyway, all in all, it was a great weekend. I hope y'all had a great weekend as well. And hope y'all were able to get out there and put some boots on the ground too. Anyway, y'all have a great week, guys. I'll catch you later.